Christmas of 1912 at the McCoy home. Robert, William Jr., and James McCoy pose near the decorated Christmas tree with their new toys nearby, Knoxville, Tennessee. Helen Keller visiting President JFK in the White House. Washington, 1961. The first wave of Marines lands on the beach of the southeastern coast of Iwo Jima. February 19, 1945. Two Kashmiri guards along with American photographer James Rickalton at the Imperial Delhi Durbar in British India, 1903. U.S. Marines drinking coffee aboard USS Arthur Middleton, APA, 25, after experiencing 2 days of heavy fighting on Eniwetok Atoll, Marshall Islands, February 19, 1944. Santa Claus launches an F-4 Phantom of VF-111 Sundowners off the flight deck of the USS Coral Sea for a combat air patrol over Vietnam, December 25, 1971. Victory Arch with swastikas and red stars for joint German-Soviet parade in Brest-Litovsk, 1939. Very young German POWs in the Sauer River region during the Battle of the Bulge, January 1945. Christmas bombings of December 18 to 29, 1972, where the United States relentlessly bombed Hanoi and Haiphong, targeting both military and civilian areas, including schools and hospitals. Thousands of Vietnamese civilians were victims to this campaign. Karl Glockner, the last living veteran of the Franco-Prussian War, 1870 to 1871, celebrates his 107th birthday in December 1952. The original Ronald McDonald in 1963. Christmas Eve in New Guinea. Marines attend church services on Christmas Eve of 1943. The invasion of Cape Gloucester began on December 26th, and the 1st Marine Division lost 310 Kia and 1,083 wounded, while inflicting 2,000 casualties on the Japanese troops holding the island. Aftermath of the Asker accident flight Sverre Sigurdsson crash, Norway, December 23, 1972. German motorcyclists giving way to rolling Soviet tanks during joint German-Soviet military parade in Brest-Litovsk, 1939. The 1924 Alfa Romeo RM four-wheel drive half-track was a winter-ready version of the RM, produced from 1923 to 1925. Powered by a 2.0-liter engine with 40 to 48 PS, it featured rear tracks for snowy terrains, and one example still exists today. Tanks and infantrymen of the 82nd Airborne Division, Company G, 740th Tank Battalion, 504th Regiment, pushed through the snow towards their objective in Belgium, U.S. 1st Army, near Heeresbach, Belgium, January 28, 1945. Pernkopf addressing the faculty at the University of Vienna Medical School, Vienna, Germany, April 6, 1938. U.S. Marine at the exact instant he was struck by shrapnel from a Japanese mortar shell. The blurriness is a result of the explosive shockwave jarring the camera. Saipan, 1944. Hitler morning walk at the Berghof, 1944. Air raid victim, London, 1940, by Cecil Beaton. Martin Scorsese gives direction to Michael Jackson on the set of the short film Bad. 1986. During the Battle of the Bulge, Allied soldiers in winter camouflage gear used sleds as they transport supplies to the front lines in the Ardennes region of Belgium on January 28, 1945. American soldiers of the 75th Infantry Division walked down a snow-covered road in the Ardennes forest, December 1944. Christmas celebration, 1905. U.S. soldiers try to extricate a jeep stuck in mud. Italy, November 11th, 1943. Croatian husband giving his wife homemade pistol for self-defense during Serbian assault on their village in Slavonia in 1991. A priest blessing of the crew of B-17 Fifinella of the 91st Berg, 332nd BS prior to a mission, 1944. Sadly, the aircraft crashed SW of Rouen, France when a flak hit set off oxygen tanks in the cockpit. The pilot was Kia, 5 crewmen evaded capture, and 3 became POWs. Mother of all bombs, 21,000 pounds, March 2003, Al Udeid Air Base. A U.S. Army medic administering first aid to a GI in the woods near Tittingen, Germany during the Battle of the Ardennes, 1944. (1946) Margaret Zimmerman balancing on a tightrope over the ruins of Cologne, in which was then in the British occupation zone in Germany. April 1906, San Francisco, California. People watch buildings burning on Market Street after great earthquake. Sergeant Dawson of the Grenadier Guards, wounded in the Crimean War, 1856. India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru at Palam Airport in Delhi, circa 1953. The 3 men who the Soviet government considered to be responsible for the Chernobyl disaster at their trial, circa July 1987. Half-starved American POWs being liberated and given medical attention at Berga concentration camp near the village of Schleben, Germany, 1945.